Welcome to SJC content. I am Dr. D. Shobha, Assistant Professor in Department of Physics, St. Joseph College of Arts and Science, Kadalur. In this video, I am going to derive Poiseuille's formula. Poiseuille derived the formula for flow of liquid in a capillary tube. For that, consider a horizontal capillary tube of length L. Length of the tube is L and having the radius A. This is the axis of the capillary tube. In this tube, a liquid of viscosity eta flowing through the capillary tube. The velocity of liquid maximum at the axis, but velocity at the walls of the capillary tube. Here velocity is 0. Let us consider a cylindrical shell inside the capillary tube, having an inner radius r and outer radius r plus dr. This is a cylindrical shell of radius small r and outer radius up to this we have r plus dr. So we are considering the cylindrical shell. For that, how much of the liquid flowing through the cell we are going to calculate, and then we have to calculate for the entire capillary tube of radius A. With this consideration, we are going to derive the formula for Poiseuille's. First, we are considering the cylindrical shell. Here we have the cross section of the cylindrical shell. We have to take. So the radius of the shell is r and the thickness of the shell is dr. For this cylindrical shell, the surface area A equal to 2 pi r into L, because the circumference of this shell is 2 r is the radius of the shell, so we have circumference 2 pi r and the length of the tube is L, so we get area equal to 2 pi r L. Now the backward viscous force acting on the liquid in the shell, we are taken as F1, which is equal to minus of eta A dV by dr. Here the dV by dr is the velocity gradient. So the viscous force, we know that it is directly proportional area of the cylindrical shell and the velocity gradient of the liquid. So we are writing F1 equal to minus. Why we are putting minus here? It is a backward force. That is, if the liquid flowing through the capillary tube in forward direction, a viscous force is created in the opposite direction in the next layer. So we are putting a minus sign here. Then driving force. driving force acting on a liquid in forward direction is taken as F2, which is equal to pressure P into area of cross section, area of the cylindrical cell. Here, the both end of the tube, the pressure difference is P. P is the pressure difference between ends of the tube. Ends of tube. We have the pressure difference here. That pressure difference is taken as P. So, the forward driving force F2 equal to pressure into area of the cylindrical shell. So, F2 equal to P into pi r square, because the inner cylinder having the radius r, so we are getting P into pi r square. When the liquid in a steady flow, when the motion of the liquid is steady, the force F1, backward force F1 equal to the driving force, forward driving force F2. So, we have to equate these two equations. F1 we have minus eta A dV by dr, which is equal to P pi r square. So, we have to substitute the value of A. We have the surface area of the cell equal to 2 pi r L. So, minus eta 2 pi r L dV by dr equal to P pi r square. For r square we are cancelling 1 r. Then we have to need the velocity of the liquid. So we keep the velocity in left hand side and bring all other term into right hand side. We get P. Pi also we are getting cancelled. So P r divided by minus eta to eta L into dr. Integrating this equation, we will get the velocity of liquid flowing through the cylindrical shell. Integrating integral of dV equal to integral of minus PR divided by 2 eta L into dr. Integral of dV, we get V equal to minus P by 2 eta L are constant, we keep it outside, P divided by 2 eta L. So we have the variable R. So integral of R into dr, we get R square by 2 plus 1C. This is integration constant. We already told that the velocity of the liquid is maximum at the axis of the tube. In the axis, the velocity is maximum. At the boundary, that is the walls of the capillary tube, the velocity is 0. So, at R equal to A, we get velocity equal to 0. So, A is the radius of the capillary tube. So R equal to A means this is the walls. Up to this we have A. So at the walls V equal to 0. So substitute these value in the above equation. V equal to 0 minus P 2 eta L. Instead of R we have to substitute A square by 2 plus C. From this we are calculating C equal to P A square by 2 into 2 4 eta L. Substitute the value of C in this equation. We get velocity of liquid flowing through the tube V equal to minus P R square by 4 eta L plus C. C has the value P A square by 4 eta L. Simplifying this we get here P by 4 eta L is the common term. Keep it as outside. So P divided by 4 eta L equal to A square minus of R square. This is the velocity of liquid. Velocity of liquid flowing through the cell. Through the shell. Now we have to calculate the volume of the liquid flowing through the cell. So volume of liquid flowing per second. In the cell we have take it as volume flowing per unit per second, that is taken as dV. Only the cylindrical shell only we are getting dV, which is equal to area of cross section of shell into velocity. So area of cross section of the cell, it will have the radius R and thickness dr. So dV equal to 2 pi R into dr. Into velocity we have P divided by 4 eta L into A square minus R square. On integrating this equation within a limit R equal to 0 to R equal to A, we get the entire volume of liquid flowing through the whole capillary tube. So integral of 0 to integral of dV equal to integral of limit. We have to integrate this equation through R equal to 0 to R equal to A. So the limit is 0 to A, 2 pi. Simplifying this equation, you bring the R into this bracket, 2 pi P by 4 eta L into A square R minus R into R square R cube into dr. So on simplifying this, 2 get cancelled. So integral of B equal to B. So pi P by 2 eta L is the constant. Here we have the A square also a constant. R and R cube are the variable. On integrating R we get A square into R square by 2 minus R cube. While integrating R cube we get R power 4 by 4. The limits are 0 to A. So B equal to pi P 2 eta L A square into, instead of R we have to put A square by 2 minus, instead of R we are putting A power 4 by 4. So we get B equal to pi P 2 eta L a power 4 by 2 minus a power 4 by 4. Take a power 4 as a common. Pi p a power 4 by 2 eta L equal to 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4. We get b equal to pi p a power 4 by 2 eta L by 1 by 4. So b equal to pi p a power 4. 2 into 2 we get 8 eta L. This is the volume of liquid flowing through the capillary tube per second. So this formula is the Moiseli's formula. Using this formula, we can find out how much volume of liquid flowing in a capillary tube. Thank you.